when it comes to like you as an artist, what kind of art did you grow up with? I know you grew up with photography, but like, did you do like freehand, just drawing with a pencil? Did you kind of do,
So
claymation? I don't know what you were into.
I did do a little claymation actually.
I love it.
I love sculpture too. A close family friend of ours is Randy Bowen, who is one of the greatest sculptors in comic books. He's really phenomenal. Bowen Designs. And I grew up with a lot of his sculptures and statues, and that was always inspiring to me. So I dabbled a little bit with sculpture. It translates pretty easily. If you know how to draw a figure, you can quickly learn how to sculpt that figure in the round. And I dabbled with all kinds of art stuff, but it was always sketching, really. That was the main thing. And yeah, with a pencil, like you said. Always with a pencil. And I wouldn't advocate for this for everyone, but I did a lot of not paying attention in my classes.
Yep.
I did a lot of not doing homework and instead drawing. I would turn in assignments with drawings on them, hoping I would get grades for them. I just did a lot of drawing. I would have teachers rip drawings away from me and tell me to pay attention. And I didn't. I kept drawing, and it all worked out for me. You know, the key is to really just chase what you love and what your tendencies and inclinations are towards.
Now, let's talk about like drawing in school. Like, did you go to school after, like an art school?
After high school, I went to a public school high school. After that, I went to a four-year university in the south of Oregon called Southern Oregon University. It's in an awesome little town called Ashland that holds the Shakespeare Festival.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
And I liked it enough, but it had a very small town vibe. I kind of got a few times the feeling that I was the only one in the art class really, really trying for something more. And so I wanted to leave. I came back to Portland. I also had a love interest at the time in Portland, and making frequent trips up to there, it's like a 6-hour drive, was just getting crazy. So I moved up to Portland, and I started going to PSU there. That's a university that's right in the heart of the city of Portland. And that was really great, more urban. So I kind of got that exposure, and I took all different art classes there. Ultimately, I found that I was spending a lot of my parents' money to sit in a room and draw a naked guy. I would fill my schedule with classes that I'd already taken just because I liked doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be life drawing, life painting, life sculpture, naked people. Anything with a naked person, it's the absolute best way to learn. And anyone who wants to get into comic books should definitely go draw naked people. I cannot recommend it enough.
I love it.
But I found that was just eating up all my time and my parents' money, and I dropped out. And I started working, making a little money here and there, started growing weed. I decided that all I could do was just keep at this, and the opportunities eventually came through my dad and through my aunt Diana Schutz, who's a famous editor for Dark Horse for many, many years.
And yeah, I mean, in Portland, it's kind of the right place because there's so many comic book companies. It's kind of like, it used to be like New York was the old school mecca for like Marvel and DC. And then now Portland's kind of there with Dark Horse, Image, and IDW has an office there. There's a lot of comic book companies and a lot of comic book creators who live out there.
Yes. Portland is definitely a growing hub. Like you said, Image just moved there. Oni Press has been there forever. One of my first jobs was interning at Oni, actually.
How long did you intern at Oni for?
Less than a year.
What was it like? Was it?
I was just boxing. I was just boxing and shipping. I wasn't doing anything artistic. I assumed foolishly that if you intern at a position like that, you can kind of slip in your work and they'll notice. It doesn't really work that way. The best way to get your stuff noticed in comics is to just do it, to just sit down and draw and do it.
Absolutely.
There's no better way. You know, comics is truly a merit-based industry. Your resume doesn't matter. You could be a convicted felon. Doesn't matter. The work is what matters, and the editors only see the work. The editors are only going to rehire you if you get that work in on time.
Yep.
So deadlines are very important as well.
You got to be nice, fast, and good. Those are the trifecta.
Yes.